Happy Mindful Monday, everybody. So I'm really excited about today's share. I came across a quote, it's kind of a long quote, more of an excerpt, yeah, that's how you say excerpt, from this book that I'm reading. I am learning and practicing myofascial release, the John Barnes approach, and so I've been reading one of his books. But inside his book, he includes excerpt that I'm going to share that's from another book. And that book is called A Return to Love, and it's by Marianne Williamson. And I'm just going to get right to it. When we were born, we were programmed perfectly. We had a natural tendency to focus on love. Our imaginations were creative and flourishing, and we knew how to use them. We were connected to a world much richer than the one we connect to now, a world full of enchantment and a sense of miraculous. So what happened? Why is it that we reached a certain age, looked around, and the enchantment was gone? Because we were taught to focus elsewhere. We were taught to think unnaturally. We were taught a very bad philosophy, a way of looking at the world that contradicts who we are. We were taught to think thoughts like competition, struggle, sickness, finite resources, limitation, guilt, bad, death, scarcity, and loss. We began to think these things, and so we began to know them. We were taught things like grades, being good enough, money, and doing things the right way are more important than love. We were taught that we're separate from other people, that we have to compete to get ahead, that we're not quite good enough the way we are. The thinking of the world, which is not based on love, began pounding in our ears the moment we hit shore. Love is what we were born with. Fear is what we have learned here. The spiritual journey is the relinquishment or unlearning of fear and the acceptance of love back into our hearts. Love is the essential existential fact. It is our ultimate reality and our purpose on earth. To be consciously aware of it, to experience love in ourselves and others, is the meaning of life. We came here to co-create, be extending love. Life spent with any other purpose in mind is meaningless, contrary to our nature, and ultimately painful. Love isn't material, it's energy. We experience it as kindness, giving, mercy, compassion, peace, joy, acceptance, non-judgment, joining, and intimacy. Fear is our shared lovelessness, our individual and collective hells. When fear is expressed, we recognize it as anger, abuse, disease, pain, greed, addiction, selfishness, obsession, corruption, violence, and war. Love is within us. It cannot be destroyed, but can only be hidden. And I'm just going to leave you guys with that. I hope you have a week full of love.